guys, and welcome to another segment of Panther Profiles here at PNC. I'm joined today with Kortez Ross from our PNC basketball team. Kortez, how are you, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having you on the show. So tell us a little bit about you, man. Where are you from? What's your story?
Just a young old boy. You see, I say young old boy. From Flint, Michigan. I went to Mott Community College for my junior college. Went to Flint Southwestern High School. And basically, I'm here. I played one semester at PNC, which was unfortunate because of the eligibility situation with my credits and the transfer.
Right.
And other than that, I'm here to get it wouldn't be a degree, it's a certificate in physical therapist assistant. And I want to pursue that, but PNC doesn't have my program, so.
Right. So going back, why did you come to PNC? Just tell us a little bit about, was it recruiting? Was it something the school had to offer? Why'd you come here?
Actually, I was getting recruited by one of the teams that PNC played last year when we went to the tournament in Florida. I was supposed to go to Northwood University.
Northwood.
And I was in West Palm Beach, Florida. And I was getting recruited by them. But with basketball and college, it's a business. So
right.
If they even see remotely somebody that they think is a little bit better than me or anything, because I had 3 of my teammates from Mott, we were going on a package deal. But 2 of us out of the 3 got basically put under the table. And we were basically left in the dry. And my community college coach, Coach Steve Schmidt, he didn't like what went on with Northwood, what they were doing to us, like basically holding us all the way till the end of the summer where we needed to get into a school. So then my brother, Jared Ragland, he gave me a call. He gave me a call and told me that Purdue North Central, it was a school in Indiana, which it's here in Westville, 3 hours away from home, wasn't too far. Florida would have been 17 hours.
Right.
And at the same time, I was thinking, okay, closer to home, further from home. Still basketball, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go closer to home, and I'm still playing.
Right.
And basically, my brother got me down here. It was more of he said, come check it out. He said, if you don't like it, you ain't got to play. But
right.
I kind of liked the surrounding group that we had, coach and staff.
Absolutely.
And I kind of felt at home, away from home.
Right.
Which, even if I did have an emergency, I got 3 hours away to go. So,
right.
Not 17 hours.
So you're here, you're playing basketball. What's your major? And what are you going to do with it when you're, out in the world?
Right. My major is biology, but I have a concentration into pre-med. So basically I took like chemistry classes. I was supposed to take anatomy and physiology, but I'm going to wait when I transfer after this semester.
Right.
To take it back at my community college. And I took what else? What else did I take? I'm taking right now, I got a couple of Doug, our athletic trainer, his class, health, first responder. Then we got
same here. I'm a sports health minor, so I've had to take a lot of these. But so just a few of your cores for your thing. So let's change gears a little bit. We know why you're here. We know what you're majoring in. So tell us a little bit about being, and this is kind of probably a crazy topic. A lot of people don't know. Flint, Michigan, pretty dangerous city. I'm pretty sure being a fellow Michigander, it ranks #1 in the state as far as dangerous cities go. Well, ahead of Detroit, but still, you managed to live a good life.
Right.
What's it like when people say like, "Oh man, you're from Flint"?
Yeah, a lot of people they give Flint that first stereotype name. Oh, you're from Flint. And they instantly change you could be a cool guy, and they'll be like, "Where you from?" You be like, "Flint." They'll be like, "Oh." And then they'll probably shorten up the conversation.
This dude's probably a bad dude.
Yeah, but it's just like any other city. You have your crimes in any other city.
Oh yeah.
But the one thing they get about Flint is smaller than a lot of cities.
Right.
So the crime rate
being higher
in
a smaller area.
Smaller area makes it look like, oh, you guys are just rough out there. But I lived in a rough neighborhood. But my family my mom and my dad made sure they kept me in that stronghold.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't out in the streets. Like
Mhm.
basically, what kept me out of the streets was my sports.
Oh yeah.
My sports and hanging around a good crowd.
Oh yeah.
I hung around my brother Rags
Mhm.
and my other brother Quan. He's a football player, but we all hung together and we hung around people that was positive around us other than negative.
Oh yeah.
And I had a lot of friends that went down because they chose to hang with the wrong crowd.
Oh yeah.
And I had even nephews, little cousins that went down that bad path. And to this day, I still talk to them and we can have a nice conversation, but at the same time, they kind of wish they, I ain't gonna say stayed along my side, like stayed in my little group,
Mhm.
but they kind of wish they chose a better path because one of them are in jail, one of them is in jail,
Mhm.
other one he's not living how he wants to live,
Right.
so.
Yeah. So, again, we're gonna just kind of hop around
Mhm.
in this,
No problem.
in this talk a little bit. But you got here, you're playing basketball, got your major picked out. Coming from a hard city,
Mhm.
a hard-end city. How do you like it here at PNC? Like what's just a good thing, a good experience about this place for anybody who's an incoming student or an incoming athlete? What can you tell them that you just absolutely love about this place?
One thing I say about PNC, I would say it's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too much, like even if you have to study, people will respect your space.
Oh, yeah.
Basically. Like if you have
Absolutely.
to study, they're not super loud around you to where you have to get out of your character.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I mean, that's basically, I like the study.
Just a big
Like
respect
study,
factor.
Yeah, respect factor to where even if, like I know, even when I'm walking from outside, I open the door for everybody. I don't care
Oh,
who it
yeah.
is, and it's just the respect. Like people really have
A lot of good people.
a high level of respect for everybody. So
Absolutely. And going back to the whole studying factor, another question for you is, do you think our faculty and our teachers, not just teachers, but our dean, our chancellor, people like that, people who work in the offices here, do you think they support what the student athlete has to go through on a regular day-to-day basis, the hard schedule, the heavy workloads, and even sometimes scheduling, for you as a basketball player,
Mhm.
if you've got practice early in the morning, and then you've got an early morning class right after it, and maybe you're running a couple of minutes late, are your teachers generally pretty understanding about that?
Oh, they're real understanding as far as like my classes now.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in season, even though season's over now, but when I was in season and I'd be a couple minutes late for class, they would understand that I had practice late that night.
Right.
And I always would tell them, I would email them that night, or even not even that night, I would email them that morning
Mhm.
and let them know my situation. Especially
Right.
with this blistering cold.
Oh yeah, this winter's been hard.
My car has been going crazy.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I drive an old car myself.
Man.
So, I mean, kind of branching off of this, you got good support in the classroom, definitely from teachers, and I myself can agree. The
Mhm.
teachers here are awesome. I've had a lot of great professors and still do. What about our showing at games? You guys played all season at the LaPorte Civic Auditorium, which is an old venue, an
Mhm.
old building. But if you got half of that place filled, or a quarter of that place filled, just the acoustics in there, it could get loud.
They can get crazy.
It can get crazy. And at the end of the year, you guys kind of started to get those crowds a little bit.
Yeah.
But now we got the new gym coming. But what
Mhm.
do you think that'll help get teachers and students out? Is it the new gym? Is it more promoting the basketball team? Is it just simply being more successful as a basketball team? What do you think?
I could say the successful part is us being a better team. Our team is starting to progress.
Mm-hmm.
And even with the gym location,
Right.
I understand, because like PNC is a commute school right now.
Right.
But with that gym being built, it would open up more students to come to the game. Even if because now students would get out of class and be like, okay, I ain't got nothing to do.
Right.
But half of them live like, 30 minutes away, 20
yeah.
minutes away, 10 minutes away. And our home gym right now is another 15, 20 minutes away.
Oh yeah.
And with the gym being on campus now, people can get out of class. And especially, I know it's going to be perks like students get in free.
Oh yeah.
So.
But they still don't want to drive to LaPorte.
Right. They won't have to drive to LaPorte.
Right.
This time it's going to be across,
The
basically
street.
across the, not even across the street, across the field.
Oh yeah.
You walk straight to the rec center, game tonight.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get more crowds,
Absolutely.
more faculty. Then the faculty now can see how good the basketball team is.
Oh yeah, and that support factor, that family feel. So, I gotta ask, just again as a Michigan guy, Spartans, Wolverines, or neither.
I would say Wolverines because
Good man. I'm glad you answered that.
Wolverines because my whole family we've grown up on the Wolverines because my cousin.
Oh yeah.
His name is Charles Young III. He was a 4.0 student. He went to Flint Hamady, and he went to Michigan on a 4-hour scholarship for football.
It's a good school. It's a great school.
I've been Michigan all my life.
Good man.
Even though my dad's side of the family is Michigan State, but I've been Michigan all my life, and Michigan has produced a lot of good athletes.
All right. So let's step it up a notch. Speaking of good athletes, is there a favorite player of yours in the NBA? Even all-time favorite. I myself, I'm a Kevin Garnett fan. Love him or hate him. Is there a player that you like or a player that you model your game after? Like I interviewed Clarence. Mr. 300 rebounds, and he likes DeMarcus Cousins.
Okay.
Which it makes sense. They both kind of play that high energy, real physical style of play. But he likes Charles Barkley too, because Barkley was a little shorter, a little more like Clarence, played the big man style with not the size. So what's your thing? Who do you got? You like shooters? I know that because you're a shooter.
I love shooters, but I could say he's starting to really, really grow on me, and I start to see a little bit of my game, kind of like he is James Harden.
James Harden.
Like we're both left-handed.
Yeah, you're a lefty.
And he's one of the guys that's versatile. He doesn't just only shoot.
Right.
He can get to the basket if he needs to.
Oh yeah.
And he can handle the ball.
And he's not a bad defender.
Right. He's not a bad defender.
Right.
He can handle the ball. And I look at all his aspects of the game, and I'm like, okay. I kind of look at him. If he ever sees his video, I kind of copy his moves just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Even if you watch some of my clips, you can see I do a little style of stuff like he does.
Oh yeah. He's definitely got some some flavor to his ball handling skills, and he's a great ball handler. But yeah, it's good to know. I wanted to get a little feel of who you watch, who you model your game.
Because all time, my favorite player is Kobe, but as far as my favorite player that I mold my game around would be James Harden, because
it's a good pick.
Me and him, I think,
they're similar in some ways, style wise. Kobe's Kobe.
Right.
Nobody's
Kobe's
Kobe.
gonna be Kobe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So let's go back to school a little bit. All right. You're aware PNC's probably only going to be in existence for a couple more years now with the unification. We're going to become Purdue Northwest.
Right.
Any thoughts on that? What do you think of the idea of a bigger unified university? And according to a lot of statistics, actually, a lot of people don't know this, we would be the 5th largest state-supported university in the state of Indiana.
I think that's going to be a good thing, because when you first come here, when I'm back home and I tell my family I play, I always tell my grandma, I play for Purdue North Central. She goes around telling everybody I play.
You play for Purdue. That's right.
And everybody I get called.
Panthers, not Boilermakers.
I get calls like, oh, I was looking on to see if you was playing. I was like, on TV? Yeah. I don't play for Purdue. Boilermakers. I play for
We wish we were on TV.
And one thing about it though is gonna, the unify, it's gonna bring those branches together, and it's gonna keep just you got West Lafayette, and then you have Purdue Northwest. That's 2 different Purdues, rather than Purdue Boilermakers, PNC Panthers, and Purdue Calumet.
Oh yeah.
Which was 3 teams, and if you tell somebody you play for Purdue, they can choose each one.
Pick and choose, yeah.
Right. So now,
for sure.
But I think that's a good thing about the merger, and then it's gonna bring more. PNC, not PNC, Purdue Northwest. They're gonna be a school to go to now.
Oh yeah.
Because you're gonna have more. The population's gonna be more.
More students.
Raising
higher grade of athlete.
Higher grade of athlete. Then people are gonna see that new gym.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna bring even more people.
And they're building a new baseball, softball, soccer complex in Hammond.
See?
Yeah, so outdoor sports are gonna be big too. So a little bit of Panther pride though, So let's go with Panther pride a little bit here. Tell the people here at home, you had the opportunity just a little bit ago
Mm-hmm.
to be on Panther Nation, my new TV show with Joseph Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, our athletic director Tom Albano has been helping back it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think, man? Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
Is it something that people should be on the lookout for?
I think so.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with you and your big three. Let's talk about the big three, man. What did you think this season, despite the struggles, getting to be called the big three along with your teammates Clarence Heath and Cyril Lewis? You know, is that something that was maybe a little overboard for you, or did it feel right because it was those two guys with you? You know, what do you think?
It wasn't overboard. It was more like back when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, they didn't call it a big three,
Mm-hmm.
but I was part of that little
Right.
three.
Oh yeah.
The three main people.
The exclusive guys on the team,
Mhm.
the
But
stars.
As far as like how long it took me to get to that, in
Oh,
high
yeah.
school was different than now. Like high school, it was like 3 years. Then it was like, okay, the kids to watch out for is this guy, this
Oh
guy,
yeah.
this guy.
And then we're all that way.
And now it's like I had this one semester to play, and it's like
You made the most of it. Boom.
made the most of it. And it was like, well, the big three, and I was like, big three.
It's kind of humbling.
Because it humbled you. It didn't. Because I never was a person to have a big head.
Right.
I don't care how I don't care how skilled I get. I'm never the person to have a big head. I stay humble. But as far as with them saying that, it was just like, wow. In high school, it took me 3 years to even get
And here I am already.
recognition. And now it's like, just what if I had that chance to play a whole year
Oh yeah. And come back another one.
and come back another year, you know, without being.
And
like that
it's
big
crazy.
That big three really just, it made me happy
Oh yeah.
that they picked I can say that because we all as a whole was a great team,
Oh yeah.
but that big three, it's like the team was fueled off of us.
Oh yeah.
It was like the three main hard lines.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean.
You know, I had a cool experience when I played junior college
Mhm.
at Kalamazoo Valley, a
Mhm.
team that Mott played. Yep, we our schools faced off, but I got to play college baseball with 4 other guys that went to my high school. 5 guys from one school,
Mhm.
some little small town, you know, just a few thousand people.
Right.
You and Clarence and Cyril, I mean, it's like a triangle across the country.
Yeah.
You know, you're over here in Flint.
Mhm.
Clarence is down here at the bottom of the lake in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then you got to go way the heck down to Houston
To get
Cyril.
Yeah.
And it's funny because all your paths aligned, and then all of a sudden you're the big three, and you just fed off each other.
Mhm.
You played together like you had been playing,
Mhm.
like it just meshed. You know, what was that? Was it just that brotherhood on the floor,
Mhm.
or was it the brotherhood off the floor? You know, hanging out together, or riding the bus and talking about your game, or did it just come natural, or was there something in particular that really made you guys mesh?
I would say it would be those hard nights at practice, like even when.
The ones when Coach Bush has got you there and you're like, man, I just want to go
and
home.
like some practices where he had us running, and some people want to just give up and stop playing.
Oh yeah.
He either had me, Cyril, or Clarence
Pushing.
pushing the other players. Like, let's go. Even if Clarence was down,
Mm-hmm.
you got me over there trying to tell Clarence, let's go, man.
Yeah.
Cyril,
Picking each other up.
let's go, man. I mean, it's a couple times, like with Cyril, like when we first started, he had that transition to where I don't know how he played in the past, where his I'd say the stuff he said was more negative than it was positive.
Right.
And like I was like big brother. I pulled him to the side like, bro, I understand you trying to push the team, like, but just basically say. You don't have to be all super positive.
Oh, yeah.
We're not fathers to be like, oh son, you be okay. No, I'm not saying that, but like just push them. Like tell them let's go.
Right.
You can't get like I told him. I always tell him. I say you can't tell nobody, let's keep running, just keep missing. You know.
Oh yeah.
Because then that's gonna happen. It's like a domino effect.
Right. Right.
But we learned off each other. Cyril became a great sophomore leader
Mm-hmm.
that people was looking for.
Oh yeah.
And of course I was a senior and people looked up to me and listened to me, so they ended up making me the captain. Clarence, he's gonna be a captain next year.
Oh yeah. He had a great season.
Yeah, he's gonna be a captain next year. And basically, they like I said, the whole team, like we all fed off each other.
Oh yeah.
And to say if we even the games we did lose, if all of us was down, we was gonna lose that game.
Oh yeah.
Unless somebody said something, and man, half the time that somebody would be the big three.
So closing it out, I got a real simple one for you. Real simple one. Doesn't even got to be a long, lengthy answer. For all those incoming student athletes out there who are going to come to PNC or the eventual Purdue Northwest, one little piece of advice you can give them. What is it?
Stay focused
On everything.
on everything, from your schooling to, well, with the future.
Oh yeah.
With the future coming up, you won't have to worry about staying in the gym because you're gonna be in the gym.
Oh yeah.
But stay focused. Keep your grades.
Mhm.
Because I know from the past we had a lot of athletes great athletes that has left the school
Oh yeah.
because of their grades or because they didn't want to stick around.
Oh yeah.
They didn't want to stick through it. And at the same time, I mean, I've been here for a year and a half. No, actually, it's going on 2 years after this semester.
Mhm.
Played one season, but hey, I stuck through it.
Oh yeah.
I didn't just up and leave my teammates, you know?
Yep.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna play with y'all regardless. I'm gonna make some noise when I get on this
Oh
court.
yeah.
And there was a couple times I was one of those players that was up there filming. I used to be like, man, I cannot wait to get on this court
Oh yeah.
to help y'all.
So stay focused.
Stay focused.
All right, man. Well, I'm glad you stayed focused this year, and I hope you can keep that focus wherever you go.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for sitting down with us, buddy.
No problem.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for Panther Profiles with Andrea Violenti from our cross-country team, one of our top runners and an excellent student athlete. Thanks for joining us.